Hi, let's discuss about how to render the list in React.js. To render the list, we need to use a special method called as map that is available in an array. So we are going to demonstrate this example using the books array. So we are going to create a new component called as books component, and inside that we are going to declare an array called as books array, and we inside the render method, that is nothing but the return of the JSX, we are going to create a table, and inside the T body section we are going to loop through the books and try to display its name, author, price, details. Now I am in Visual Studio Code. Let's go and create a new file, booklist.js, and let's create a new component. First we'll go and import React from React. Then we are going to create a new function, BookList. So here let's go and try to declare a books first, constant books. So I have a list of books that are popular in the self book area. Let's go and try to declare the books here. Predefined list of books already. Let me go and copy paste. It contains ID, title, author. Now we need to go to the return statement. So this is my array. In the return, I'm going to display these books in a table format. Okay. So for that, in the return statement, first let me go and try to create a table. So here we have a table with the T head, and we have ID, title, author, price, and here we have books.map where we are saying book, and we are trying to loop through its ID, title, author, and price. So it's very simple. We have a table which typically has a T head section where we are trying to have the ID, title, these are all the headers, and we have a map method where we are going and displaying the information about that. To display the book list in the center of the page, let's go and add some style to the div tag in the app.js. I'm going to talk about these styles in the later sections. Let's go and run the example now. The command is npm start, and it should open our browser in a new window. So our book list component is not yet imported into the app.js. Let's go to book list, app.js, import the book list. Specify the same in app component, book list. Go back to our browser. Yes, we have our book list rendered at the center of the page, and we are able to read the books array using the map method. We are able to display these items. If you look at our code, what exactly we are doing? We are having a books array with ID, title, and author, and we have a table. Then we have a map method. Then we are trying to loop through the individual book and displaying the ID, title, and author, price. So the map method we have already discussed in our ES6 sessions. What it will do, it will try to loop through each item, and in this case it is looping through each book, and it is returning the tr with the structure whatever is defined as an output. So at the end of this, your t body will be replaced with the tr tags with the number of books that are present in the books array. If you pay attention to the tr tag, there is a special attribute called as key, and we are assigning with the book.id property. it is very important to note every list that is rendered in React.js should have a key property. Why? The key uniquely identifies the item in the array. In case if you try to add an item, if you try to remove an item, and if you try to update an item, React.js has to intelligently identify what has been added, what has been deleted, so that it can go and repaint only that specific section of the UI instead of re-rendering everything. Okay, let's try to remove this key property and see how our browser behaves. So let's reload and go and inspect. If you see in the console, we got a message saying each child in a list should have a unique key prop. That's the reason for each our tr tag we have given the key property. Now let's go and give the key property back and try to re-render the page and look at the console. We don't have that message anymore. So whenever we are trying to display the list in an React.js, it is very important you take a special care on the keys that are assigned to the individual list item. The keys should be unique and they should be stable. That's the first point. Though every array has an index, don't try to use the index as the key. Reason, if you have 5 items, if you remove the second item, then third item will become second item and React cannot identify which item has been exactly deleted. So avoid. And ideally, if you as you will be getting the data from the backend, if the data set contains like employee ID, customer ID, order ID, it is always good practice to get the unique ID from your database and try to assign that as an ID. If you don't see that your item doesn't have an ID, don't leave it unattended or unassigned. So you can generate the unique IDs from the GUIDs or random numbers and try to assign the GUIDs. Okay, and key must be unique in any combination. Okay, and one more thing, don't assign the random values as the keys. Okay, try to have a specific pattern so that you identify the items in the array. At the same time, even React also will be able to make a note of that and try to re-render it in a best fashion so that it will not cause unnecessary re-renders. Okay, React is best in rendering the UI only for the delta change, but if you don't try to handle it properly, it may go on, you may force the React.js to render unnecessarily. Okay, so when you are trying to loop through two different lists and if the two different lists have there is a chance that there may be order ID and user ID may be having the same IDs, then if that is the case, try to prefix. For example, if first you are trying to loop through the users, then prefix the user and the ID, and then you are trying to loop through the order, then you can put the ID. So there is a chance like user ID may be 2 and order ID may be 2, there is a chance that there is a conflict. So for that you can handle in this way. Okay, if the list is static, it is not dynamic where you don't have add edit functionality, then it's okay to have the hard-coded arrays, hard-coded keys, but that time also it will be always recommended to have the unique, not random keys. Okay, so and again, as I said, dynamic list ensure that even after the re-renders also key is remain consistent across the changes. Okay, these are all the things which you need to be taking care for when you're trying to manage the keys in the React.js.